This ABC 15 flash briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve IRVIN with your top stories from ABC 15 Arizona. Some experts say we may be starting a second surge of COVID-19 in Arizona. New cases, hospitalizations, and the percent positivity rate all starting to rise. The state reporting 975 new cases today. The average daily count nearing 900, which is the highest since mid-August. Our percent positivity is rising too, now above 6% statewide. Now, we aren't at exponential growth just yet. That would take a rate of transmission of about 2. Right now, we're at 1.16. So what's to blame? ASU Biodesign Director Dr. Joshua LeBaire says part of it is people getting COVID fatigue.
We're all tired of having to wear masks and tired of having to space out. All that stuff is annoying, but nonetheless, it works. And I think that people, when they saw the numbers really come down at the beginning of September, decided that it was, kind of safe to, maybe not wear the mask all the time, or maybe safe to start convening groups of people, and that may have led to some of this surge.
Dr. LeBaire says we need to keep wearing masks and limiting gatherings. He also encourages more testing to help better understand the spread. You can find several free testing events on azdhs.gov. The state's largest school district may have to take a big budget cut next year. That's because Mesa Public Schools is seeing a drop in enrollment. Our news partners at KTAR reporting the district is seeing a 5% drop this year, so that's about 3,700 students. Because funding is tied to enrollment, Mesa could lose $23 million, and that could lead to layoffs. The district says reasons for the drop vary. Some parents are homeschooling their kids during the pandemic. Others have moved to other districts or charter schools who started offering in-person learning earlier in the year. Your voice, your vote. With 13 days to go until Election Day, more than 1 million people have already voted. And that puts Arizona on track for more than 2.5 million early ballots by Election Day. So far, registered Democrats have turned in about 120,000 more ballots. That's 35% of Democratic early ballots compared to 25% of the Republican ballots and 19% other. Now keep in mind, these are just showing the voters' party, not necessarily how they voted. Once you drop that ballot off, it really goes on a journey. It's a 3-step process that starts with your signature verification. We watched as workers looked at scanned copies of signed ballot envelopes in order to match those signatures with the ones that are already on your voter registration. In another room, workers separate the envelopes from the ballots to keep them secret and prepare them for tabulation, which is the final step in that process.
They count the ballots through these tabulation machines, and then the results are stored in the server, the secure server, until Election Day.
Security is a big deal as well. Each room equipped with live cameras, all to protect your vote. We're on wildfire watch now, tracking a new brush fire in the North Valley. The Cliff Castle chopper over that fire off I-17 and Carefree Highway. It sparked about 2 this afternoon near a shooting range. More than 100 firefighters were called to keep it from spreading. The biggest fire in Arizona, the Horse Fire, just short of 9,500 acres. Crews do have it about 32% contained at the moment. The town of Crown King still under evacuation orders. And firefighters worry winds this week could fuel that fire. All new video, it's out of this world. This is the first ever attempt to collect an asteroid sample from space. We first told you about this yesterday. Scientists at the University of Arizona are leading the OSIRIS-REx mission. They'll use the video and data from the spacecraft to get an idea about how early life formed. And this is just the start. The OSIRIS-REx still has a 3-year trip home to Earth to deliver that sample.
Tracking your forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber SULLINS, and temperatures are finally starting to drop. Still in the 90s tomorrow afternoon, but that'll be a couple of degrees lower than where we ended up today. And morning temperatures also still looking great in the 60s across the valley early tomorrow morning. Across the state, we're expecting highs in the 80s in Sedona and Payson, 70 degrees up in Flagstaff, and low 90s in Casa Grande and Tucson. But here is the big change coming. Check out this area of low pressure digging down into into Arizona early next week. It may even be cold enough to bring snow to the high country. We're definitely looking at some cooler air and rain chances for the valley and for southern Arizona too. So here's what it looks like on your 7-day forecast. We're down into the 80s over the weekend. Breezes pick up Sunday, windy conditions up north, and then Monday, that's going to be our best chance for rain and snow. We don't know where yet that snow level will be, but stay tuned for updates as we head into the weekend on that.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.